How much validity can we put in how Paul died as well as the other apostles? Is Fox's Book of Martyrs accurate? So you're probably familiar with this, but there's all sorts of beliefs as to how the different apostles died, the manner in which they were put to death, and so on. Additionally, there are books like Fox's Book of Martyrs that describe some of the events of Christian history. And so the question is, how much should we trust that? And the answer I'm going to give you on that is this. The Scripture is 100% true. And we know that everything in the Scripture is true. So we can safely rely on that. Everything outside of the Scripture might be true, but you don't know that it is. So Fox's Book of Martyrs can have things that are true, but you don't know for sure that it is true. So what I would suggest to you about that, things like that are interesting to read. They may be beneficial, but I would be careful about basing any doctrine or meaningful conclusion based upon extra-biblical information. The thing that is the case is, think of it this way. If you had one book and you knew everything in it was true, and then you had a whole bunch of other books, and maybe it's true or maybe it's not, where should you do most of your study? Well, wouldn't you spend almost all your time in the one that is guaranteed to be true? That would just be the logical thing to do. If you spend your time in this book, the only way you can end up in error is if you're not paying attention well enough, because the book is right. So if you're reaching wrong conclusions, it's because you're not reading it properly. Anything else that you're studying, you just don't know whether it's true or not. So I'm not saying the only thing I read is the Bible, but the only thing that I have absolute confidence in is the Bible.